Hello, what's going on, everybody? It's Billy. I'm gonna adjust the light here a little bit. I'm gonna kind of stick back a little bit further today, and I still have, as always, stuff on my desk. I've got my earphones. I got some cool little earplugs that I thought I would put in, and right there we go. All right, that's better. Just kidding. Now, I hope everybody's having a great day. As today has been a very action-packed day. Some of you who would have seen earlier probably checking out the stories because I've been working on like using those stories. I was traveling a little bit today. If you saw it, there was a beautiful, beautiful shot of where I was going to travel. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, you can check it out in the story. And if not, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Billy Keels. And what I love to do is multinational, maybe a little bit lost trying to figure out their own financial path. And because I am a big company employee and an entrepreneur, I do it in a way that it's probably not the way that you're thinking about. And I like to let you know that. So anyway, and today I actually I want to chat with you about a couple of things, but even before we get started, because I'm a big company employee and I live in Europe and I love living here and I love investing in the United States in real estate, multifamily real estate, because it's cash flowing. It's a cash flowing asset, or can be if managed in the right way. I have written an ebook that I would love for you to pick up because those that have picked it up said, "Hey, look, this is positive. I hadn't thought about real estate or cash flowing asset in this way before." You can pick that up if you go to keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. I'm going to try and do something to make it easier because some people like typing it out and other people are like, man, that seems pretty long. So by the way, if you're here and you want to type that in for somebody else, I always try to leave it at the top, but if you can type it in, I always appreciate that. And other people appreciate it because they're probably looking there in the bottom part of the screen. But anyway, so one of the things that I keep finding out is that whether people are investors or clients of mine or students of mine, they typically come to me because they are looking for clarity, right? They really want clarity in being able to have more control over a portion of their financial life, right? And so even though like during the day they're doing a really good job and they're probably climbing the ladder and they've got everything controlled within the four walls of their job or whatever, typically what they tell me, and even a lot of this I'm seeing now because a lot of big companies are kind of reorganizing and shifting and stuff like that. So even though they're doing a great job and they're climbing the ladder, there's still this little bit of like uncertainty. There's this bit of, I don't know what could happen tomorrow. And on one hand, and then on the other hand, they're talking about, well, look, I'm maxing out my 401k, maxing out my pension plan, and the rest is in the market. So I don't really know what other kind of alternatives there are. And because of that, they feel a little bit uncertain, or sometimes feel a little bit like, man, I don't really have a lot of control. And so I just tell them, hey, look, there's actually a number of different ways that you can actually have control. And one of the ways is kind of what I was talking to you all about. So by the way, if you are interested, as I mentioned before, check out the keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. But one of the things that actually came up or keeps coming up, like, and it's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about in this today, so you can kind of see it, what I wrote there. Like, there's two reasons for basically not being able to, like, you maybe not be connecting with other people, right? And I want to share just kind of a little bit of something that I've learned. I was actually in Dallas, Texas recently, and I think many of you actually saw kind of what was going on. And I flew through the Philadelphia airport and was meeting people there. But I even see this in my corporate job, right? When you are not able to connect with someone else. I have definitely fallen victim to this. And it's something that I see a lot. And there's basically two reasons why you're not connecting with people, right? And the first reason typically is because you're running your mouth all the time. You're doing more talking Number one, and really excited about who you are and what you're doing and all this other kind of stuff. Um, and well, that's one thing. And then the other thing is typically when you're asking a question, you might be asking a question, but not with the intent of really listening to the answer and understanding what's going on. Hey, Shevin, what's going on, man? Great to see you from Madrid or Madrid. Great to see you here. Fantastic. Um, but yeah, so those are really the two things. I mean, the first, like I said, is not really like talking rather than listening. And then when we are asking questions, is we're asking questions so that we can continue to ask more questions. And there's like a really, really, really simple fix. Do you want to know what that is? Would you like to know what the fix is? All right, I'll tell you in a little bit. Because it's probably something that is much easier than you think, right? And I was reminded of this when I was on the trip in Dallas, right? And it goes back to the old like training around sales, right? One of the things that we talk about in sales is making sure that we have two ears and one mouth. Hey, Cheryl, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you as well. So we've got Canada in the house. We have Spain, Madrid in the house. Fantastic. So nice to see the two of you here, just talking about ways to connect. So I wanted to go back to what I was talking about before. So being able to help connect with other people, just one of the things that I've experienced in my life is the more that we ask questions and actually listen, we ask questions with the intent of learning from the person that's in front of us. That is one of the best ways to actually build a connection with other people. And it typically doesn't cost you anything, right? If you meet somebody new and you want to find out, just like I'm super excited that that Cheryl's here. I know we've never spoken like voice to voice, but it's great. I know a lot about what Cheryl does. Sheben as well, so connects from Madrid, so that's really, really awesome. But actually asking other people and finding out about other people and asking questions and then just listening. It's really not that difficult. Or maybe it's like everything else. We tend to make things more difficult, complicate things. If we can, it makes it pretty nice. We can be actually pretty nice. So, listen, so I have no idea why this keeps happening. This is the second time this has happened where I have my Wi-Fi that is not working properly. And I hope that this one actually sticks around, keeps working. Let me try something. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hey, Brian, what's going on? Hopefully you can join me. Let's see, I have a question. Can you still see me? Looks like my screen has frozen. That's no fun. Anyway, let's see. We will try and do this. Take two. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yes, you can still see. Okay. Scrambled a bit though. Thank you, Cheryl. Super Cheryl. I have no idea how we fix this. So let me try and fix this. Poor wireless connection, your video has been paused. I don't know how to fix this. You know what? I may have to cut this one off and come back. For some reason, this is not. Let me check this out. I'm going to have to stop this, unfortunately, but I'll be right back. Give me just a second.